Kim Taehyung's relaxed gym pose that made fans lose their minds. Hello BTS fans. The calm before the storm. Seoul was wrapped in its usual night rhythm. Neon signs blinked stubbornly above quiet streets, buses hummed past in the distance, and a cool breeze carried faint traces of roasted sweet potatoes from a street vendor's cart. Nothing about the night screamed headline. Yet, inside a building with tinted windows, far from the chaos of the city, a single fluorescent light shone over rows of workout machines. There in that private gym, the kind where membership is almost invitation only, Kim Taehyung was ending his day. The air inside smelled faintly of clean linen from the freshly wiped benches, mixed with the metallic tang of weight plates. Mirrors stretched from floor to ceiling, reflecting every movement, a constant reminder of form and posture. It was quiet, except for the occasional clink of dumbbells being set down. No cameras. No stylists. No flashing lights. Just Taehyung, and the rhythmic pulse of his own workout. A star who wasn't trying to shine. That evening, he wore a plain black t-shirt, slightly oversized, paired with loose gray sweatpants, and a well-worn black baseball cap. His shoes were scuffed at the edges, a sign that they'd seen countless training sessions. His hair peeked out from under the cap in soft strands, damp from the light sheen of sweat. To anyone else, he might have looked like just another gym-goer, blending into the dim lighting. But Taehyung's presence had that unexplainable gravity, the kind that made even a casual glance feel cinematic. After completing a series of controlled bench presses, he set the barbell back in place and sat up slowly, shoulders rolling as he stretched. He took a deep breath and for a brief moment, simply existed. No posing. No planned angles. Just him, sitting on the workout bench, one knee bent, one hand resting lazily on his thigh, head tilted slightly forward. And in that stillness, a camera shutter clicked. A picture born without intention. The photo surfaced quietly on a small Twitter fan account, posted with a caption that read only, "Thee at the gym tonight." The lighting wasn't perfect, harsh from above, casting shadows on his jawline. But somehow, that imperfection made it magnetic. The faint glisten of sweat on his skin, the soft curve of his lips caught between a breath, the gaze, focused yet unfixed, as if he was lost in thought. Within minutes, the post began to gain traction. By the 10th minute, it had been shared thousands of times. By the end of the hour, hashtags like #TaehyungGym, #V in the gym, and #FocusOnV were climbing the global charts. When fans couldn't look away, reactions poured in like a flood. Why does he look like a lead in a movie, even when he's resting? I came for the workout. I stayed for the eyes. This is supposed to be a gym break, why does it feel like a photo shoot? Some fans admitted they zoomed in on the photo, not for gossip but to take in every detail. The curve of his fingers loosely clasping a water bottle. The rise and fall of his chest as he caught his breath. The faint smile tugging at the corner of his lips when his phone lit up in his hand. It wasn't about the setting. It wasn't about the clothes. It was about him. Dissecting the pose. On fan forums, the photo became an accidental masterpiece to analyze. Posture, relaxed but with a subtle engagement in the core, exuding both confidence and comfort. Proportions, lean muscle, not exaggerated bulk, every line deliberate from months of consistent training. Lighting, unforgiving yet perfect, emphasizing the definition in his arms and the sharpness of his jaw. Expression, unreadable at first glance but with a depth that made viewers linger. One fan even wrote, "This is the kind of photo that looks like it belongs in a gallery. You can't explain it but you feel it." Theories begin to swirl. The moment the picture went viral, theories multiplied. A solo comeback, fans believed his body transformation was preparing for intense stage choreography. A role in an action romance film, rumors emerged about his meetings with casting directors. An undisclosed project, the wildest theory claimed he was preparing for a high-profile international campaign. Taehyung himself. Silent. No captions, no explanations. And in that silence, the mystery only grew. Industry eyes watching. Fitness trainers began discussing his build, describing it as the perfect blend of strength and aesthetics. Sportswear brands quietly noted the engagement numbers. One high-fashion magazine tweeted, "If Kim Taehyung ever releases a fitness guide, the pre-orders alone could crash our website." The heartbeat effect. Lost focus wasn't just a cute phrase fans threw around. They meant it. People found themselves replaying that moment in their minds like a favorite movie scene. Some described it like this. The world blurred for a second. Your breathing changes. You're not sure if it's the lighting, the pose, or the man himself, but suddenly you're aware of your own heartbeat. Why this moment matters. In an industry that thrives on perfection, where every smile is rehearsed, every step calculated, and every camera angle meticulously chosen, moments like this are almost extinct. The world of K-pop is a stage that never dims, where idols carry the weight of expectation in every public breath. And yet, every so often, something slips past the velvet ropes of planning, something real, unfiltered, and painfully human. This was one of those moments. No stylists hovered nearby to adjust his hair, no director barked orders from behind the lens, and no concept board dictated how he should tilt his head, or where his gaze should fall. It wasn't an official shoot, it wasn't a campaign, it wasn't anything the industry could market. It was just Taehyung, existing. And in that stillness, there was a raw beauty. Not the kind that's perfected in editing rooms or heightened by expensive lighting rigs, but the kind that lives in authenticity, the fleeting expression that comes when a person isn't aware they're being watched. It was the softness in his eyes, the way the air seemed to settle around him, the unspoken quiet between his heartbeat and the hum of the world. There was no performance here, no need to impress, no filter between him and reality. In that single frame, fans didn't just see V of BTS. They saw Kim Taehyung, the man beneath the stage lights. And that is rarer than the brightest star in the night sky. Because in a culture of image control, simply being yourself is an act of quiet rebellion. And Taehyung, without even trying, reminded the world that sometimes, the most powerful thing an artist can do, is stop performing. And that was more than enough to shake the world. Some fans said the photo felt like a warm breeze on a cold day, something you didn't know you needed until it touched you. Others compared it to finding an old, cherished letter in a drawer you had forgotten to open. It was a reminder that the beauty of a person often shines brightest when they are unaware of it, when the heart speaks louder than the pose. In that way, this single, unplanned moment became more than just an image. It became a memory. A fragment of truth in a world built on spectacle. A quiet whisper that sometimes, simply existing can be the loudest statement of all.